Alrighty, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel where we are glowing. All right, in today's video, I'm just going to be sharing with you the things that you shouldn't do as a beginner makeup artist or just someone who is just learning makeup for the first time. These are the mistakes that I made that I want you to avoid. Avoid these mistakes to get beautiful, flowy, glowing, gorgeous makeup. So as usual, I've gone ahead to prep my skin and I'm going to be starting my makeup video. So I'm going to be starting by spraying my face with this rose water. Okay. Remember, grab your fan. So in today's video, I'm going to be starting as usual with my skin work. Then I'm going ahead to do the rest. So I'm just grabbing my palette, my mixing palette, and I will be applying my foundation here and mixing it like I always do. So I'm going to be using the Sephora brand, which I always use. This is the Sephora brand, and I'll be using this in shade 50N. So this I am going to be mixing on my palette, and in this video I'm just going to be using a little product. So more little is less is more. Yeah, I think that's the saying, less is more. So you don't necessarily have to pack a ton of products on your skin. You just have to put the right shade and the right amount. So I'm just mixing a little bit and then I'll be applying it to my skin. So after mixing this, I will spray as I always do, and taking a beauty blender. This is a damp beauty sponge. You should have your sponge damp. It's very soft and fluffy when you do that, and it makes the blending process so easy, so seamless. It's the best trick. Now, the first makeup mistake I made was not prepping my skin. So whenever you are applying any form of makeup, you want to prep your skin. I don't care where you are, whatever you're doing, prep your skin, guys. Prep your skin first. You want to prep your skin first because you're applying products to your skin, so you have to prepare your skin to accept the products that you are applying. So that is basically what the prep is about. It's just preparing your skin. And what are the prep products, you might ask? For a very simple, affordable prep, all you're going to be needing is one, your toner, then your moisturizer. You can use a serum if you have it, but it's not compulsory. But as long as you have one, the toner, you have your moisturizer, then you have your primer, you are good to go. So I'm spraying this and then applying it to my skin. So I'm going to be blending it all into my skin. Blending it, blending it, blending it. As you can see, the products are very less. So like I say, less is more. You can take just a little bit of product and you're good. Always smudge out your products before you apply. That is a very handy trick. Like I said, your prep is important. Your prep is a must in your makeup. Your prep is a must. So that was my mistake. Anytime I did makeup, I would apply my makeup without a prep. And what I would get is usually a very dry skin, sometimes breakouts, and then sometimes I'll also get like my product looking bulky and cakey. So we want our skin looking good at all times, whether we're wearing makeup or not. The prep helps to balance your skin. It helps to balance the products on your skin. So that is what your prep is doing, is giving your face some sort of balance. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is highlighting and contour. But first of all, I have to make sure that my foundation is looking good before I go ahead and do that. So I see some parts that I don't have, and then I'm just filling them in. And then I'm just filling it in. Okay, so now that this is done, I'm going to go ahead and do the next thing. And the second mistake I did when I started makeup was applying too much products. So you want to take little products. The most important thing about makeup is having a blendable product, a blendable base. If your product is very difficult to blend, it's probably because you have too much products. And too much product means like it could be foundation. You can have too much foundation on your face. You can have too much concealer. You can have too much contour. Even your eyeshadow can be too much. So you want it to be the right proportion. So now I'm taking this V Beauty foundation, and this is what I'm going to be using to contour my face. Now I like to use the bottom of excuse me, I like to use the bottom of my beauty blender to do my contour. So like I always do, I apply it here and I mix it all out, and then I apply it. So I like to use the bottom and then just blend it all out, feather it out. I like to use very light shade so that it blends in properly with my blush when I apply it. So this is like just a shade dark, one shade darker than me. That is why it looks like it's not really showing. I like to do that just because I want it to mix in with my blush properly. So I'm just pressing this in. Welcome guys to my live. Give my video a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. So I'm just going to be applying this to my temple, my forehead, and I'm just going in a dome-like motion. So next thing I'm going to do is to be applying the blush, and I am going to be using this brand Rare Beauty in the shade Truth. I don't know if you can see it, but I don't know. It's in the shade Truth, and I'm going to be using that for my cheeks. Now, for this application, I'll be applying my blush upwards because I want to achieve a slimmer look on my face. If you weren't here yesterday, you should go check my video. I talked about the different ways you can apply your blush to get different effects. When you apply your blush upwards, you get a slimmer face. When you apply your blush like this way, you're gonna get a fuller face. So it depends on what you're trying to achieve. And I like to press this product into my skin as so, gently pressing it in all the time. And when I'm satisfied, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one and just press it into my skin. The best part of this product is always how it just melts into my skin. I love that feature of this blush. It's so nice. I just love that. So I am just going to be looking at it. Does it look even? Then I adjust it if it doesn't. So I'm just gonna step back. I see that this one is slightly lower. I'm just gonna adjust it a bit. Just a little bit. You don't have to put a ton of products. You can also use just your powder blush if you don't have a cream blush or you can't get like a brand that you really like. Just using your powder blush also works perfectly. So now that this is done, I'm going to go ahead and highlight my face. And I'm going to be highlighting my face using a foundation. I like to do this because the foundation is very pigmented, and my concealer is way too lightweight, so I prefer to use my foundation instead. Now, where is that little trickster? Right, there it is. I'm using this V Beauty brand in the shade Cape Town. Yeah. So I like to apply a little bit on my mixing palette, like I'm doing. Just a little bit is what I need. And I'm going to be applying this. My T-zone. Here. Here. All the way. And then I'm taking it all out. Applying this like this. I'm just going to connect the nose and the forehead. And then I will begin to apply under my eyes. So the application for this is pretty simple. I like to get the T-zone first, and then I do this last. And it is the same way I'm going to be blending. T-zone first, under eye last. And I personally don't like to use correctors. I've never been like a fan of corrector, but they do serve their purpose, right? But it's just my preference. So I'm just going to be pressing this upwards, and then I'm going to start blending. Now, if you are using a concealer, you have to work very quickly because concealers tend to dry. But then why you're also leaving this under your eyes, because you want it to dry out a little bit before you blend it into your skin. Because if you go ahead and just blend it in, you might not get the full coverage effect. So you leave it to dry out just a little bit before you go ahead and blend it. You have to press this part. I always do this so that I can get that corner as well. And you want to go here as well. So you have to make sure all those sides have it as well. Then I'm going to go ahead and blend this one. And if you notice that like your product is drying out quickly, always take like your spray and spray. You can use your setting spray and just spray it. It makes it blendable again. All right, now I'm good. So I'm just going to keep blending with my beauty blender. Then I'm going to come here and blend it all out. Okay. Just ever going to be looking at it. Step back a bit. Does it look good? Okay, I think it does. And I'm going to go ahead and continue with the under eyes. So before I blend the under eyes, I like to get my setting powder ready. This is because this part like depending on the kind of eyes you have and how your skin is, you may have lots of lines here, and the best thing to do when you apply your concealer there or when you're highlighting is to have your powder. And when you blend this in, you go ahead and set it immediately. Even though this is the last to blend, it is the first to set. So this is the brand Merak. It's in the shade Curry. So I'm just going to keep it open so that I can use it immediately I'm done blending. So I'm just going to look up, and this I am blending upwards to meet that blush. So for your product, you want everything homogeneous, right? You want everything to be looking like it's supposed to be together and not like it's falling apart. So I do this next. Ever looking up, I'm pushing it upwards. I'm just going to keep on pushing it upwards. And then I'm going to be blending here. Now, some people like to add just another shade lighter of concealer to the inner corner. It depends on what you're trying to do. You can do that. So I'm just looking up. Please guys, give my video a thumbs up. So I like to take this to my eyelid just because I need a little bit of product there as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. Taking it all the way up, blending it, blending it, blending it. The best part of your makeup is your blending skill. So make sure that your hand is doing a lot of blending. And if you notice any form of creasing, take your blender and blend it all in just before it dries. You don't want any form of crease before you set, because if you set any crease, it's going to show. So then I take my powder, I put it on my hand first. I don't just go directly with it, and then I begin to press it in. Now this is what we call setting your under eye. So we're setting it, we're setting it, setting it, setting it. I'm going to take powder again, blend it all out, and then I set. So when I'm satisfied, I'm going to go ahead and do the second one. Exactly the same thing. Blend it all out, and then I set. And then I just press it into my skin. We're pressing it in. We're pressing it all in. Now you need a very good blender, a blender that is really soft. You don't want a hard sponge. That is why you get your beauty sponge damp in the first place, because you don't want it hard. If it's hard, you're going to be pulling the product away from your face. You want a soft blender that lets you blend in the products seamlessly. So I'm going to be going to the next question. The next point, which is using cheap products. So I understand that not everyone can get like high-end products, and that is totally fine. But however, I would advise that you get products that are really reliable. Like the consistency is pretty good, even though it's not like cheap, even though it's not expensive, even if it's drugstore, you make sure you're getting the right ones, because the quality of your product affects the outcome of your makeup as well, which is what I learned when I started doing makeup. So I had to invest in good and quality makeup products. So quality makeup products will give you quality outcome. However, it's not like a necessity for your makeup to come out looking nice. In the general sense of things, right? In the end, is your technique and not your products. Sometimes if you use like drugstore products and your technique is good, they wouldn't even tell, right? So invest in good products, but invest more in your technique. I would say you should invest more in your makeup technique. And always use what works for you. I do my makeup this way. You can learn one or two things from me, but it's not compulsory that you do your makeup exactly how I do it. The most important thing is you find what works for you and you do that. Some people like to do their eyeshadow first. Go ahead and do that if that works for you. You can do your skin work like I'm doing first. Go ahead and do that if that works for you. So it all depends on what you are comfortable with and what works for you. So after I set this, I'm going to set the rest of my face. My number one rule is whatever you apply cream to, you set it with a powder. And what that means is I have applied my contour, I've applied my blush, I have to set them with the powders. Now, if you don't do that, you're going to get your skin shiny and oily, and sometimes it's going to crease, right? So you want to avoid creasing early on. That is why we have to do all this. So I like to use a powder palette. This palette has various shades, and that's because I'm a makeup artist, right? It's pretty expensive to be buying like single products, but having a palette like this lets you choose a variety of shades. I'm just picking the dark shade, tapping it off, and I'm just going to be setting my contoured areas ever so lightly. Doing that for my forehead. So remember, invest in your products and then invest in your techniques as well. Choose a makeup technique that works for you and not just a popular makeup technique. The one that suits you, the one that works for you, use that. So another point is using the wrong tools. Yeah, that's the word. Using the wrong tools. So what are the wrong tools? Using a brush that the bristles keep falling off, that is going to impact the outcome of your makeup. Using a hard beauty blender, like I mentioned, is going to affect the overall outcome of your product, your makeup look. So sometimes people are struggling with like their beauty blender and they don't understand why like their makeup is look turning out this way. It's because you didn't buy a soft blender and because your blender is not damp. So you want to use a damp blender to get it blended in properly. Now that also goes for your brushes. Using the right brushes gives you better outcome, and that is also for like eyeshadow. If you use if you do like different kind of eyeshadow looks, you need different brushes. You can't be using the brush you use to do like a brown eyeshadow to do like a pink or a red eyeshadow. Is going to affect the look, right? It's going to mix the colors, so you need like more than one brush, obviously. So getting a lot of brushes, not, you might be like, I don't have so much money. That is okay. You can get what is like affordable to you, but then especially for your eyeshadow, you need more than one brush. Honestly, you do. Trust me. Some brushes are flat like this, some are like this. Now this one lets you to blend it all out and feather it out. Now if you stay long on this live, you're going to see me do my eyeshadow and you're going to see how these two brushes work doing different things for me, right? So this brush can blend it out, but I won't get the same results that I would get from using a rounded brush like this to blend it all out. So you need different brushes for your eyeshadow. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and apply my blush. I'm going to set that blush, and I'm using a blush palette as well. Please give my video a thumbs up, guys. Aren't you learning a thing or two? So for my blush palette, I will be picking this shade, the orange shade, and I'm just going to be setting my blush. Oh boy. Okay, picking it up, dusting it, and just applying it to where I have applied my blush. And I'm doing this ever so lightly. This is the RT brand of brush. I think you can find this in Walmart. So I'm just pressing it into my skin. And I'm just going to be doing it in sections. So instead of just packing a ton of products and putting it on your skin, you can keep going back and forth. You take a little bit, dust it off or tap it off, and then apply. It's better to keep going back and forth, just rather than going in with the blush just like that. It's going to make blending it very hard for you. So once I like this, I'm going to go ahead and do this part. And your blush, your contour gives warmth to your face. That is why you're doing this, because when you apply your foundation, it kind of gives your face a blank look. It takes away the highlight and the low lights, right? So you apply your blush, your contour, your highlights to bring back that highlight and low light. to your face. So now when I'm looking at this one and I see that this one is more than this, so I'm just gonna adjust it until I get the right proportion for both sides. So afterwards, I am going to be setting the rest of my feet. Remember, this part has foundation and I have to set it as well. So I'm going to be taking the powder palette and I'm going to be looking for a powder that is my shade, and I'm going to be setting the rest of my face. So I'm just taking the shade, tapping it off, and then I'm going to be setting the rest of my face. Just setting it ever so gently. I'm setting it. I'm just setting it. So another mistake I made as a beginner makeup artist is using dirty tools. So you are actually required to wash your tools after each application, just to take off the dirt from your products and from your tools, and to avoid like breakouts on your skin. But then I was just using my brushes like that, and those lead to like breakouts and build up on your skin. So you want to make sure that you are always cleaning out your brushes, washing your beauty blenders. You have to do that regularly. As much as you apply makeup, you should be cleaning them. Okay, now I'm going to go to the forehead and do the exact same thing. And when I am done, I'm going to be doing my brows. Now for the brows, I like to use a gel to do my brows, and taking a brush, I'm just going to be applying a little bit of, honestly, I used my hair gel. Yeah, you can do that. But I take a very little bit. And what this is going to do is to keep my brow hairs in place. I don't want them moving about, right? So I just want it to stay in place. So I'm just going to be taking a little bit. This is the amount I took, very little. I'm just going to be taking just a little bit. And then I will be brushing the hairs upwards and arranging them. Now, you don't necessarily have to draw your brows, especially when your brows are very full. But this trick will get your brows staying in place. Hi, Ebony West. Thank you for being on my live. Do give my video a thumbs up. So this is what I am doing, just brushing it out like so. And what this is going to do is going to dry and stay put, and it won't be moving about. So when I do this, I go ahead and take a brush and I'm going to be setting this brow. This is what gives it the perfect touch. Just taking my powder, tapping it up. Oh, nice to meet you. Where are you watching from? So this is what I do, and it looks good, and it's going to stay put throughout the day. So this is a very good trick for your eyebrows. I do this for this side as well, brushing the hairs, making sure they're in place. I know, what country are you watching from? That's hilarious. Okay. And I've gotten it in place, then I will set it as well. I'm taking this, I will be setting this as well. Just setting it. Now this is going to Why you may ask, why am I setting this with powder? Remember, this is gel, and gel has a very slippery base, right? It has a slippery feel to it. So why I have done this, I have set it so that it's gonna take away that slipperiness from it, and when I draw my brows, they're going to just be smooth to draw. So yeah, that is also why I'm setting my brows. Some days, honestly, when I'm in a hurry, I don't even draw it. I just put a little bit of concealer and it looks good. You want to braid your hair? Of course you can go braid your hair. Is your hair is it very silky? What is the texture of your hair? Okay. Then I am going to be taking a pencil. I like to draw my brows with a pencil, honestly. You can use a brow pomade, yeah. I use that sometimes, but recently I've been using a pencil just because I like the way my brows are. I don't want them too full. I want them still looking natural and not like obviously done. I don't want to be too obvious that I did something to them. So using a pencil helps me achieve that. I mean, I can do that with a pomade, but I find that this is better and faster for me. So this is my preference. Now this is the pencil Davis in the shade 018. And I find that this shade is very close to my natural hair color. So I'm just going to be drawing it from here. And I'm just following the natural line of my brow. I'm not going to be doing anything overly, I'm not going to be overdrawing. I'm just following the natural line. So I like to draw it from the middle because I find that it's easier for me to control when I do that. But I have seen people draw from like front to back, but this works for me. Something that is very important for using the pencil is to get it looking as nice as possible. I like my pencil to be very sharp. Before I started this, I sharpened my pencil, and I was satisfied when I got the tip very pointy. So that is a good trick for getting your brows looking very good. Sharp pencil. Okay. Then I'm going to go back with my brush and just brush it through. And already my brows are already in place. They're not even moving as much because of the gel trick, right? So that's a good trick. Then I'm just going to be using this pencil and filling in hair-like strokes for my brows. And I'm done. I'm not even going to do anything extra. I'm just going to brush it one more time, and then I'm going to go to the second one. I think they look nice. Now remember, you want your pencil sharp. So I'm going ahead to sharpen this and get it very pointy. And it's pointy, and I'm going to go ahead and do this other side. Now this brow is always stressing me out, so let's see. I'm just going to be doing the same, following the line, the natural line. Yeah, this is, I mean, it depends on what's easy is. For some people, this is very stressful, so it depends. But I think this is very easy to do. So I'm just doing this. And I'm going to go to the top. Just following the natural line of my brow. And I'm just doing this. And I'm going to be looking at it. Does it look okay? I'm going to touch it just a bit in front. And then I will be doing hair-like strokes. like this. And then I'm gonna look at it again. And I get my brush and I'm gonna brush it. Oh, you're welcome, Ebony. And then I'm just gonna go with it. So I did make a mistake here and I'm gonna correct it with a concealer. So for my concealing, I like to conceal just the bottom of my brows really. I really don't like to touch the top. That is why I try to get it as straight and as like good as possible because I won't be touching it. But when I make a mistake, I have a good trick to fix it. So we're gonna see that trick right now. So taking a brush, this brush I like to use because it has a rounded tip. Now I've found some people use like a flat brush to get their brows done. Fine, go ahead, do what works for you. This works for me and I stick to it. I've used the flat brush before. I find that this was much easier for me. So I like to take a light shade of concealer and just a teeny bit of the bronzer. Now I will be using both of them. Now I'm going to be taking the concealer and I'm going to be going to the brow bone area, which is just around here. And I'm just going to be doing this. Then I'm going to be feathering it out, bringing it all the way down, all the way down. This I'm going to blend into my eyelid. Then I take the darker one and I use it for the tip here. And I use it for here, the inner corner. This is to get it looking as natural as possible. Then I take a brush and I'm going to be blending this all out. I'm going to be blending it all out. I like to blend it down to my eyelid. I just keep blending it until I get it looking seamless. And then once I am satisfied, I'm going to look at it again. And then I go to the next one. And this has gotten my brow bone area highlighted. So I'm going to do the exact same thing for this other side. Taking the lighter shade, I'm going to be concealing the brow bone area. Just doing this and doing this. Now, if you feel like you made a mistake or there is like a gap, feel free to go back with your pencil and fix it. I'm gonna go back with my brush. Oh boy. And I'm just going to be following that natural line. Pulling it down. Then I'll be taking the darker shade to work on the inner corner and on the outer corner. Here. And here. then I'm going to be blending it all out with a brush. Oh boy. Blending it all out. Now, another mistake I made when I was a beginner makeup artist was I always used like a very light concealer to go through my brows, and it always ended up being so like obvious and harsh, right? And it was hard to blend. So this trick of using like two colors of concealers is a very good trick, and it gets your brow looking like really natural. It only gets this part very highlighted. So remembering to blend this all out. Guys, please give my video a thumbs up, guys. Taking this, and I'm just going to be adjusting here. Just because I see that they don't look even, I'm going to be adjusting it. Ever gently. And this is why you need like a very sharp brush and pencil, because you can easily do like the hair strokes with the pencil when it's very sharp. I'm going to be adjusting here. Thank you, Ebony. Thank you. So I made a mistake here. So I'm going to be wiping all the product off my brush. I basically want an empty brush. I don't want any product there. And then I will gently be moving this part. Ever so gently. Voila, that is fixed. Like nothing happened, guys. So this is the way I get it corrected. I'm just going to be brushing this one again. The same thing here. I'm pretty satisfied. I'm just going to blend this one in properly. And then I will go ahead to start getting my eyeshadow ready. Now to do my eyeshadow, I like to have a little bit of concealer on my eye before I apply the product. Excuse me, guys. So I think I will just be applying my eyeshadow primer today. I don't remember I think this is, I forgot the name of the primer. Wow. Yeah, Benaya Clown White. That is the name of my primer. So I broke the bottle, so I had to transfer it somewhere else. So I always forget the name. What is the Benaya Clown White? That is the eyeshadow primer that I used. So I'm just going to be placing it all over here. And why I'm going to be doing this is because I want my eyeshadow to pop. I want it looking very vibrant. That is why you use an eyeshadow primer. So you need a primer if you want your eyeshadow looking really, really vibrant. Your eyeshadow primer will help you get that color looking nice. So taking the same brush, I'm just going to be blending it all out. Blending it all out. Blending it, blending it, blending it. Blending, blending, blending. Shouldn't get tired of blending. You need to blend, guys. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the second eye. Just taking in a little bit of product. Remember, you don't need too much, just a little bit and you're good. So I'm just doing the same for this one. Now I'm holding this because I have product on my skin and I don't want my hand moving the product. So I'm just doing this. And I'm going to be using the brush to diffuse the product all out. just blending it in. I'm gonna take this and apply it here as well. And then I will be blending it. Just doing this. And then I'll be blending it out. So for my eyeshadow, I think I'm gonna go with something very simple today. A very, very simple eyeshadow look. So now that I've done this, I'm gonna go ahead and do my nose contour. Now this is also optional, it depends, because some people don't like it, right? So it depends on you, but I like it, so I'm gonna be doing my nose contour, and I'm just going to be taking the same powder. You use concealer. What do you use your concealer for? For your eye as your primer? Yes, that works perfectly. So I'm just taking a brown shade, tapping it off, and I'm just going to be, if you can see, there's already a natural like contour going on there, so I'm just going to be using the powder to reinforce it. So I like to go up into my brow and come all the way down, and I'm being as light-handed as possible. Very light-handed. This is going to give my nose that pinched effect. I'm going to do the same for here, moving it into my brow, moving it into my brow. And then I'm just going to keep on moving it upwards, moving it upwards into the brow, into the brow. And I don't go heavy on this part, mostly the top. So I'm going in, just, and I'm gonna do the same for here. So you want it looking as even as possible on both sides. So when you do for one side, you make sure you go to the other side. This is just giving your nose that slimming effect. And honestly, right now, I feel like the contour powder is very harsh. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a lighter powder. And this is just going to diffuse that harshness from this. I'm being so light-handed. I'll take a little bit, tap it off. And I'm just gonna keep going. So one mistake I made when I was just learning was that I used a very dark contour to do my nose, and it always looked very harsh. So you want to use a shade that is not too dark, because if you do that, it's gonna be so hard to blend out. So using a shade like this and just diffusing it out with a lighter dark brown shade works pretty good. But then for you have to know like your skin tone, right? Because if you know your skin tone, you will know which one is a shade lighter and which one is a shade darker. Now another mistake I made was in my choice of like foundation. Now you have to know your undertones before you order any foundation or concealer. You have to know whether you are cool or warm undertones, and this helps you choose the right shade, because you may be picking the wrong shade. You might be picking the one that is red and you have like a warm like golden undertone, and you're picking a red shade. It's not going to look nice. So you want to be following the right shade for you. So now that I'm done, I'm gonna go ahead and then do my eyeshadow. So I'm just taking a brown shade and I'm going to be using, let me see, I'm going to be using this eyeshadow palette. Oh yeah, I remember you swearing with Swaranjit. Yeah, Swaranjit. I remember you. Welcome back to my live. So I'm going to be using the shade, that brown shade, but I'm going to just be using a darker brown, and that brown I'm going to use to transition. Oh, I remember today I was supposed to do the red look. Yeah, yesterday I did purple. Today I'm going to be using red. So let's see. I'm going to be using, since I don't have like a red eyeshadow, I'm going to be trying something that I have not tried. Wish me luck, guys. I think I'll be using my red lipstick on my eyes. I do not know how this is going to turn out, but let's try. I'm going to be using it on my eye, and then I will be diffusing it out with a brush. Yesterday I did a purple look. That was purple blush. I used a purple blush. I used purple eyeshadow, and I used purple lipstick. So today I'm using red. So I'm just gonna get a brush. Let's see. I'm gonna be picking this red, and I'm just going to be tapping it on my eye. So I have like a red eyeshadow pigment. So I'm excited for this because I know that it's gonna look nice on this look. So I'm just gonna get a darker red to start off. And then I will transition with a brown shade to blend it all out. Oh yeah, it would look nice. I think red looks good on me, so yeah, it should be nice. So I'm just taking my brush, mixing that up, and placing it on my eye. Please guys, give my video a thumbs up. Thank you. Okay. This is interesting. Okay. I just placing this, placing this, placing it. So your placement matters, right? That is why I like to use the brush and tap it first, and then I blend it all out. So that's what you're gonna see me do in this video. Place and then tap it all out and then blend it in with the brush. And this would have been much better if I had like a red powder. Let's see if I have that in my blush, because I would set this up. Oh, I don't really have red. Wow. Let's see, let's think. What can I use for my eyeshadow? You know, I need more color palettes. Oh boy, I don't have red. It's gonna be a glossy look then. I'm just going to finish this off so that I can. Oh yeah, this is a matte lipstick, so it's gonna dry off anyway. So I'm just gonna be placing this, and then I'm gonna blend it out with a brown shade. Now I'm taking this brush. I'm going to be looking for a very light brown shade, and I'm going to be blending this all out. Oh yeah, I use my lipstick as an eyeshadow just because I don't have my eyeshadow in that shade red, and today I want to do like a red look. Guys, I'm teaching you that you can make your products very versatile. Trust me, you can. So I'm just feathering this out. So it's beginning to dry, so it's getting very hard to blend, but I'm just going to keep trying. Just going to keep trying. Just feathering it out. I'm kind of liking the outcome already. So I'm just blending this all out. Yeah, using your lipstick as eyeshadow is good because if your lipstick is actually very pigmented, so it could work. Like if you're trying to do like an orange sunset kind of look and you don't have like an orange eyeshadow, your lipstick would work perfectly. So so I'm just blending this all out, and then I'll do the same for this side. This is why you need to work fast, guys. This is already drying on me. Remember that this is matte lipstick, so it's going and drying off on me, guys. It's so hard to blend. So this is why you need to hold the bottom of your brush. It makes your blending easy. If you hold this part, it makes it very stiff and blending is very difficult. So this gives you a better advantage to work. So I'm just keep on blending, blending until I get it looking nice. And so far I think it looks nice. And I'm just gonna finish this off. Now I have red glitter, red pigments. So this is what it looks like. Guys, this is so going to fall out. So to fix this fallout, I'm going to be taking my setting powder and I'm going to be placing it under my eyes. I want this to pick up all the eyeshadow pigment. Hi Maritza, welcome to my live. Do give my video a thumbs up. Okay, we're trusting the process, guys. We're trusting the process. Okay, let's see. I'm going to be using a brush to pick this up. Let's see how this does. I'm going to be trying to put this first. If it doesn't work, oh, there you go. I'm just placing this in this part of my eye, just here. Oh, thank you, girl. Thank you so much. So I'm just placing this like this. Oh my goodness, I love this. Why didn't I think of this earlier? Oh my god, it looks so good. I love it. So this pigment is so good. It's giving the eyeshadow a very metallic look and I'm loving it. Let me see. Does it have a lot of fallouts? Wow, no fallouts. Wow. This lipstick hack, I'm gonna keep it. I love it so much. I'm gonna do the same for this side. So actually, thank you, thank you. This is an all red makeup look. My blush is gonna be red, my lipstick is gonna be red, and my eyeshadow is gonna be red. Yesterday I did a purple look. Today I'm doing a red look. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna do orange or yellow. I can't wait to do green though. I don't know. So I'm just placing this here. This is perfect for an evening out. It's very like bright and you know it's gonna be the center of attention really. So when I'm done with this, I'm gonna go ahead and use my eyeliner on this. And this look, this eyeshadow look is complete. So honestly, for this eyeshadow look, I think you need just three things. Your eyeshadow, or in my case, lipstick, a brown eyeshadow to diffuse it out, and then pigment, red pigment. So this is a pretty easy look. And then I'm just going to be taking my eyeliner. Ooh, a yellow and orange sunset theme. Okay, I got you, girl. But you have to be here tomorrow to see it. You gotta be here to see it tomorrow. So let's see. So I have like a large what do you call it? Eyelid, yeah. So I like to use like big eyeliner because it fits on my eye. But if your eyes are smaller, you need thinner liner. So know your eyes and know what suits your eyes. So just gonna be doing this. I wish I had the red liner. I could have used the red liner, but I don't have it, guys. So pardon me. All right. So sunset eyeshadow coming up tomorrow. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing for this eye. Please, guys, share my video. Give my video a thumbs up. Like, comment. So let me see. I think I need to adjust this just a little bit. Alrighty. I'm going to be doing for this eye. Guys, this eye just stresses me out every single time. Yes, I'm always live, 1 a.m. Canadian time. One a.m. Toronto time. I am always live. So turn on your notification bell so that you can be notified when I go live. Okay. Okay. Now that I'm done with this, I'm going to be lining my under eye. Just gonna adjust the front a little bit. Okay. All right. Gonna line my under eye using this. Guys, this is like the coolest pen ever. This is a pen that has 4 different things in one. The black is like the eyeliner, and it says it here. If you can see, there's a little eye picture here. Is for your eyeliner. This is a glitter liner. You can use it as well on your eyeliner or to create like cool glitter looks. This is a lip pencil, and it's a very nice shade. And then this is a brow pencil, Very cool, very efficient for when you travel. So I think it's something that you would like to get. If you like to get it, just let me know in the comments and I will let you know how to get it. Okay. I'm just going to be doing this. Going this way. Just holding down my eyes. And this looks nice. So I'm just going to be dusting off this powder because I'm done with it. So you want to sweep it ever so gently. Okay. Now that this is done, I am gonna go ahead and do my lipstick. But before I do that, I want to do my mascara first. And this brand is the Colossal. You can find this at Walmart. So I like to go upwards with my mascara application. And then I can go like this. There are so many smudges, guys. Lots and lots of smudges. So I'm going to be going in with my beauty blender. I'm just going to be pressing the excess product into my skin. I'm just going to be taking a powder and pressing this into my skin. I'm going to press, press, press. I mean, you can use a brush to do this, but it's really difficult to get it to be done very well. So I find that using a beauty blender is good. You can dust off the excess powder, but to get this blended in, you need to press it into your skin, guys. That's the only solution for this. Press, press, press until you get it looking nice and seamless. You want to keep pressing. Okay. For your setting powder, you can use like a translucent powder if you don't know which shade of setting powder to use. Thanks, Ebony. Okay. Now, let's put this look all together. I'm going to be putting my lipstick and I'm going to be using red. Okay. Now I had put like a gloss or a balm to get my lip moisturized, and now I'm going to be going ahead with my lipstick. So I like to take a brown shade of lipstick first, just because I like a darker red. I don't really like a very bright red, so I always like to do like an ombre red. And I'm not doing like a matte look today. I'm gonna be doing a glossy red lipstick. So I start off with my pencil like this, and I'm just going ahead to follow my lip line. I try not to overline my lip because I already have full lips. Okay. Okay. And I'm just blending this all in. And I'm going a little darker because I really want it to be dark enough. So after this, I'm going to be taking my lipstick brush and I'm just going to be diffusing this brown, blending it all out. Blending it all out. Then I'm going with a darker shade of lipstick. And I'm going to be using this Maybelline. This is the Maybelline brand. This is their Super Stay Vinyl lipstick. And I'm going to be just putting this all over the brown that I have just put. Now this is a dark red, but this brown that I have put, this is going to make it even darker. Just taking this. And I'm going to be doing the same for the bottom. Okay. Now for the fun part, I'm going to be taking a very light red. I'm going to be putting it on the inner part of my lip just to bring this out and make it really look like a red lipstick. This I'm taking like this. Just on top. Almost there, guys, almost there. Taking the super red. This is a brand called Zekiel, and this is very pigmented red. Oh, I think you should try it. It's very cute. It's a very nice look. If you do try it, please tag me. I'm gonna leave my Instagram on this live, I'm gonna leave it there so that you can say hi to me on Instagram. And mhm. So that is the lipstick look. So you can wear it as matte if you like. But today I'm not doing a matte lipstick. I'm doing a glossy one, so I'm not wearing it as is. Okay. Then for the best part of this look, the lip gloss. I love lip gloss, guys. I don't know why. I just love lip gloss. So I'm taking this lip gloss in the shade V Beauty, and I'm just going to be applying this all over the lip. So if you don't have like a pigmented gloss, you can use your like clear gloss on this. Oh, you don't have Instagram. Oh, that's sad. And this is the look complete. Do you have TikTok? I also leave my TikTok here. And this red lipstick is done. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my blush. Now, sadly, I don't have like a red blush, so I'm going to be using a very pink blush. Oh, that is very sad. No red. I'm going to be using this shade for my blush. Okay. Oh, you have Snapchat? Okay. Okay. This is this. I'll be leaving my Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok in the description. So do come back to this video to check for my socials. And this completes this red look. So today I think I'll be putting a highlighter, which I usually don't do, but I'm going to be putting a highlighter today. So I'm just going to be spraying my setting spray first, and then I'll go ahead with the finishing spray after I have applied my highlighter. Get my fan. Just dry this off. So where would you wear such a look to? Where do you think you can wear this kind of makeup to? I think it would go well for like a party. Guys, give my video a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel. Okay, so I'm just going to be taking a highlighter and I will be so I don't know where my highlighter is, so I always use like my makeup, my eyeshadow to do my highlighter. Yes, guys, makeup is versatile. And I like to use like different things, right? So I'm just gonna begin a little bit and I'm just gonna be applying it in circular motion. Just where the light hits. Going to be peeking a little bit and doing the same thing here. Just where the light hits. Just there. Guys, I really love this eyeshadow. It looks so good. I love it. I just love it. That is about and makeup and age approval. Oh, well, that is true. So I'm just going to be peeking just a little bit and applying it just on my forehead. Just tapping it ever gently so that the light hits there. And then I'll be doing this here. Now for my nose, I'll be using a smaller brush to apply this just because I want it to be concentrated on my nose and nowhere else. So looking for that small brush. Guys, so many brushes. I don't even know. I can't for the life of me find my brush. Okay, I'm just gonna do this old school. I'm gonna use my hand and apply it to my nose. And I'm just touching it gently, placing it gently. Just gently. Hi, Drunko. How have you been? So, this is it, guys. This is it. So, this is the final look. And I love this red makeup look. Tomorrow I will be doing the sunset look, so it's gonna be interesting, really. I would be using the orange and yellow shades, so do come back to my live to see what it looks like. Now I would like to apply like the mascara on my bottom lash as well, so I just take my brush and do so. You have to be careful with like the bottom lash, because if you're not, it's going to smudge. I'm just doing this until it looks nice and good. And that is it, guys. See how the bottom lash just looks dramatic with the look? So doing your bottom lash could just change everything about the look. So there you have it, guys, a red makeup look. Now I'm just going to be answering like the final things that I was supposed to. So let's go from the top. The beginner mistakes that I made. The first one is like not doing a prep. You have to do your makeup prep, and your prep is basically getting your face to have a lot of moisture, setting it ready for your product application. And you can do that by first applying your toner. After your toner, you go in with your serum if you want to. But in a case where you don't have your serum, you go ahead and apply your moisturizer. After applying your moisturizer, then you're gonna apply your primer. And after applying your primer, then you can go straight ahead into your foundation or your makeup routine. That is an easy prep, three-step prep: toner, moisturizer, primer. Simple, easy. If you want more glow on your skin, then you can apply like a serum, right? But if you don't have a serum, it's not compulsory. Then the second thing is using too much products. You want to use little. Little goes a long way, honestly. The little goes a long way. If you take too much product, you're gonna look cakey. You're gonna be overbaked. Just different things. So we want to take something. You want to use in little bits and keep on going. Build up. Always build up your products. Don't go ahead and just apply. No, build up. Take a little bit. If you need more, then you add, but don't just go ahead and apply tons of products. Build it up. Just keep building it up. Then another mistake I made was using cheap products or not using the right tools. If you invest in good makeup, and they're like really good drugstore makeup that works, honestly. I use the Maybelline brand, and when I wear it, it's just as nice as when I use another one. The Sephora brand is not too expensive as well. You don't have to be using NARS or Huda Beauty. If you get like a good Sephora foundation with a concealer, you are good. Honestly speaking, you are good. I use a Sephora foundation and it's really good. So use good products. Even if you're going to use drugstore, make sure that you're using the right brand. Then another mistake that I made was using the wrong tools, not getting your beauty sponge damp. Using the dry beauty sponge is going to move the product about your face. So you want to make sure that your beauty sponge is always damp, not wet. Now, wet means that it's dripping water, but damp means that it has moisture on it, but not dripping wet. So damp and not wet. Another thing is using the wrong technique. So even if you have NARS, Huda Beauty, as long as your technique is bad, your makeup is going to look bad. So invest in learning. Like even I always take makeup classes every year just to improve my look. Why? The trend changes every time, and there's always something new that you can learn. I use YouTube to learn a lot. In fact, when I started makeup, I was self-taught before I got to improve. I always learn from YouTube. So um look for classes, look for things to improve your makeup routine. If you can't pay for classes, of course use online sources and get your makeup looking better. And then the next thing that I did wrong was not blending in my products properly. So you want to work with products that have ease of blending. If your foundation is too hard, it's not going to let you blend and it won't melt into your face. It was just going to look it's just going to look out of place. So you want to use products that are easy and that blend seamlessly. You want that seamless blend, you want that seamless glow, and you get it from products that are very easy to use, that are very nice on the texture. Hi Redam, welcome to my live. Welcome to my live video. So always make sure that you are using the right technique. The next thing is choosing the wrong shades. So if you're buying foundation for the first time, if you've never done makeup, I would suggest that you go into a store and get them to test a foundation on your skin. That is how you get your skin shade, by having an actual test done on your skin. If you just go online and pick a product, you chances are you're going to choose the wrong one. Why? Because you probably don't know about your skin shade or your skin tone. And even if you do, there can be other factors that affect it. Like for me, in the summer, I tend to tan. In the winter, I get lighter. So I can't be using the same foundation I use in the summer in the winter. It wouldn't work. Why? Because my tone has gone higher or lower, whatever way. But you get the point, right? It changes, right? So I can't use the same brand that I am, the same product that I was using in this. I'm good, Rhythm. How are you? Where are you watching from? I'm shooting from Canada. Where are you watching from? So you can't be using like your summer foundation for your winter foundation if you tend to tan in the summer, right? So these are the things that you have to note. Another thing is using unsanitary products like dirty brushes, dirty beauty blenders. You want to make sure you're washing your brushes and your beauty blender after every routine, after every use. Oh, hi from India. What time is it in India? So you want to make sure that you're washing your brushes often. Why? If you don't, you're gonna have breakouts and build up on your skin. You don't want that. Makeup is supposed to help you enhance your skin and not to cause more problems to your skin. So make sure that you are washing and sanitizing your products. And that goes for your beauty sponge, your brushes, whatever, even your spoolies, whatever you use to apply your makeup, make sure it is clean. You want it clean. Oh, 12 p.m. Oh, interesting. It's 2:42 a.m. here in Canada. Anyways, so you have to make sure that your products are sanitary all the time. And whenever you're taking off your products, make sure that you're using enough like wipes to wipe off. Don't just like use one wipe because that was a big mistake because I was low on cash then. I was I was in my bachelor's. I didn't have lots of money, so what I do was I'll just use like one wipe to take off the products. You need more than one, and you need to clean your face very well before you go ahead to wash, right? So if you have a cleansing balm, of course, use a cleansing balm. Use a cleansing balm. The cleansing balm is going to take off all that products from your skin. I think the oil is better for that though. I'm not sure. I've never used a cleansing balm, but I've used like an oil cleanser and it works good. It takes off all the products from your skin. So if that is what you want to be using to take off your foundation, take off your products from your skin, because you want to remove all of it. Then you wash your face, dry, moisturized, and all that. You know what to do after you wash your face. Make sure you're moisturizing, always moisturize, right? So you want to make sure that you get that done. Then the final thing is, do not sleep with makeup. You're harming your skin. As much as makeup, no matter how nice the makeup looks, take it off. Yeah, take it off before you go to bed. You're not helping your skin. Take it off. You're clogging your pores and you're making your skin look to have breakouts. You're gonna cause different issues on your skin. So when the day is done and you're done with everything, and I also love my two. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad I could help. Thank you. Thank you. So you want to make sure that you're washing your skin every single time. Don't sleep with your makeup, guys. I can't overemphasize this. Seriously, don't sleep with it because there are oils from the products that you used. Some of this, except you're using, even when you're using the water-based like products, you still get build-ups. Why? Because there are things that are in your makeup, right? So at night, your skin rejuvenates. It repairs every damage. If you were very active in the day, even when you do exercise, you need to rest, right? Because you need to repair your body. Now, it's the same thing for your skin. Your skin is rejuvenating, your hair is rejuvenating, everything is getting back to being good, to being repaired in the night. So if you have all, like if I go ahead and sleep with this, my skin cannot be rejuvenated because it's having to do like extra work. So, but when you take this off and then have your face clean and ready, then it can be fine and perfectly okay for you. And then it wouldn't lead to more skin issues. It wouldn't lead to breakouts and the rest. So don't sleep with your makeup, please. Do not. It's not okay. Okay, let's see. What else am I forgetting? What is another mistake I did? Yes, this is very important though. One mistake too that I noticed is like choosing the wrong shade. Guys, I'll show my makeup tomorrow, guys. Um, choosing like the wrong shades, like you can be mixing like blue and yellow or stuff like that. That, I mean, except you're doing like an artistic makeup look, like eyeshadow look that has like incorporates variety of colors, you have to make sure that you are choosing the shades that go together. You can be choosing like a blue eyeshadow and like a yellow lipstick. It will not really work except you're doing something artsy and artistic. So make sure that your shades are working and complementing each other. If you're gonna do a brown and a red, let it complement each other. If you're gonna do a nude shade and a red, let it complement nude and nude. Like they have to be complementing colors. Don't just go and put a ton of products on your skin that don't match. It's gonna look like a rainbow of confusion on your skin, right? So make sure that you're choosing the right shades and they are working together in harmony. Your blush is working with your eyeshadow is working with your lipstick, your concealer is working with your contour. Those are important too. So, right shade, right color, and all that. So, that is it, guys. Do you guys have any questions for me? Aside, so the makeup, what exactly do you want to see? My makeup table like is scattered, like they're just products on the table. So it's just a ton of things everywhere, guys. So, but maybe tomorrow I will share like show you my makeup kit. Tomorrow I will show you my makeup kit, and you can see the things that I have. But let me show you some things that I have like in my makeup kit, like my foundations. I'm sorry, my eyeshadows. These are the eyeshadows that I have. I have 3 of them. I have this brand. It's called Naughty from Ever Beauty. I have this one. It's called MF. It's from a brand called Zekel. I have this one, Endless Possibilities. I have it from the Focalio brand. These are the eyeshadows that I have. 3 of them, just these 3. These are all I have. Then I have one blush palette. This has different shades, so it's perfect. One blush palette. I have one powder palette. Let's see. This is my powder palette. One like this. Then I have several foundations, guys. Like so many shades of foundation. I think I have about 8 or 10 of them. Then I have mascaras. I have so many sprays, guys. I have this rose water spray. This is a rose water spray. I have this. This is a finishing spray from Patrick Star. I like it, but it kind of has like a very, I don't even know what scent it is, but it has a scent to it. So it's really nice and it's cool. Then I have this finishing spray as well. This is from the brand called So Pro. This, guys, this is good. If you weren't here yesterday, I did a demonstration of this. I sprayed this all over my face and I used like a paper towel to blot it and nothing came off. This basically seals like your makeup and it makes it transfer proof. I know, right? Transfer proof. So it's perfect for like a bride or like an event that you're gonna wear like full glam makeup and maybe you're going out in the sun, you don't want it to be running over everywhere. This helps you to seal it. It's basically in the name, seal it. This you can find on their page at SoPro. This brand is sold in the US. It's sold in Nigeria if you're in Nigeria. So I think if you're in the US, you can get this. You can get your hands on this product. But if you're in Canada, I think it's gonna be pretty hard getting it to ship because when I tried to buy from there, it was pretty expensive to ship. So it all depends. So those are my sprays, and I have so many pencils. I have so many tons of brushes, guys. Tons of brushes. I have this setting powder from Merak Cosmetics. Where's the light? Yeah, Merak. I have this one from Hegai and Esther. This is like a dark shade setting powder. It's for my dark skin girlies. This one is from Hegai and Esther. I have a mixing palette here. I mix everything that I apply, from my foundation to my concealer. Everything I mix on this palette. I have tons of lipsticks. So many. I have nude shade. I have this red, because I love red. So I have lots of reds. I have so many reds. I have this nude lipstick. So different things, guys. But tomorrow I will show you like my makeup kit, my makeup bag, what is in it. Okay? So thank you for being on my live, guys. Tomorrow I'm gonna be doing a sunset themed makeup look. So do come back for more. Do come back. Share my videos, subscribe. Go through my channel. There are so many materials there that can help you, from teaching you how to shape your brows, from eyeshadow looks, from other looks. So do subscribe, share with your friends. There's someone who might learn one thing or two from me, right? So thank you so much for being on my live, guys. And I will see you tomorrow at this exact time. I'll be here. I do my live every day, 1 a.m. Toronto time. So I hope to see you on my live. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye, guys. Oh, boy.